A deadly virus emanating from Wuhan, China is sweeping across the globe.
Something is off.
The disease caused by the novel coronavirus has been titled COVID-19.
What we're being told doesn't add
So
up.
important in this crisis that we're in that people
Congress passes a multi-billion-dollar bill that will bring...
There is no cure, no way to treat this illness. All we can do is wait for a vaccine.
All we can do is wait for a vaccine.
There must be a doctor out there who's questioning this.
I'm Dr. Peter Mccullough. I'm the Vice Chairman of Internal Medicine. The only chance to reduce the risks of hospitalization is early home treatment. We can beat this pandemic.
Patients actually think the virus is untreatable. There's such a focus on the vaccine. Where's the focus on people sick right now? The pressure to suppress any hope of treatment is extraordinary.
Why the single-minded focus on the vaccine? What is that? What is that about?
That's really going to be the goal of investigative reporters to figure this out.
Unprecedented lockdowns, devastating economic damage, huge violations of personal freedom, families separated from their loved ones, all in the name of a medical emergency.
Things won't go back to truly normal until we have a vaccine that we've gotten out to the entire world.
The hope we have of protecting our communities is to get a needle in every arm.
They call this a business opportunity. We are witnessing the greatest organized crime in history, to the tune of trillions of dollars.
The biopharmaceutical complex is using censorship, propaganda, and manipulation to keep people living in fear. But what we need now is courage.
Thank you. That's it. That's what we need now. We need courage. It's precisely what we need. It's what we needed from the very beginning. This pandemic was a pandemic of fear. It was the infectious disease spread from mind to mind to mind, and then from groups to groups to groups. That's what happened. Most of us didn't see this coming. I know I didn't. That is for sure. But you've heard compelling evidence this morning. Compelling. What's occurred is a crime. A crime, and probably the crime of all time in humanity. And you're watching it unfold right now. I'm Dr. Peter Mccullough. I'm a practicing internist and cardiologist in Dallas, Texas, United States. And I have dedicated my clinical efforts to helping America and the world get through this difficult time, and with saving as many lives and sparing as many hospitalizations as possible. And the group of doctors led by Dr. Corey, myself, Dr. Cole, was small in the United States. We think about 500 doctors carried the entire country through the pandemic. We have 1 million doctors who stayed on the sidelines and told patients that the virus was untreatable. There was no treatment, and to wait until they're sick enough to come in the hospital and then go on the mechanical ventilator. United States, according to statistics, leads the world in COVID deaths, and we're less than 5% of the world's population. Nearly all the deaths occurred in the hospital. Virtually none at home. Virtually none. Amazing. No deaths of homeless people who live outside all the time. What we have witnessed is something none of us will forget. None of us. Former President Trump said, let's not make the cure worse than the disease. And you know what the proposed cure was, is a needle in every arm, every 6 months with no end. And I can tell you based on my clinical observations and what we've seen in the peer-reviewed literature, the cure is worse than the disease. Taking the vaccine is worse than getting COVID, for sure. COVID has always been a treatable illness.